Hi Divas, this is Tiki from GrowItGirl.com. Today I'm bringing you a tutorial. It's actually one of my most asked questions and my most researched topics on the blog is how do you mix henna and hibiscus. Now I normally don't use hibiscus when I mix my henna mix, but there are quite a few ladies who are interested in doing that, so I wanted to show you how it's done and show you the results. This is my hair after I mixed it. It's not as red as it was before, and that's because I had a commercial dye in it, but it's definitely colored, and of course you got those little gray creatures in the front. Let me take it down a little bit so you can see a little bit better. See, I still have the color. Now when it gets out in the sun, you could definitely see it. See how you can still see the hues of red in there? It's just not the bright red that it was before. If you want to see how I got the color and how I mixed my hibiscus and henna, stay tuned and I'll show you how I do it. Thanks for watching. Oh, don't forget to subscribe. Okay guys, let's get started. I'm mixing 1 tablespoon of hibiscus with a cup of water. I do use bottled water, don't ask me why, I just do. So I'm adding a little more water and I'm just going to mix that up. You want to let the hibiscus tea sit for about 4 hours so that you can get it to develop all of the color that it can. Now it's sat for 4 hours and we're going to go ahead and strain it. I'm just using a strainer and a coffee filter. I'm using Jamila henna. Now my plan was to use 1 pack, but this is actually 1.5 packs. And with that, I did not make enough of the henna tea. If you have time, just mix another batch of that to add to it. But I did not do that. So now I'm just pouring the tea inside of the strainer so we can get all of the powder off. And I would say do it a little bit at a time, but I have no patience, so I just pour it all in and you can see it start to drain off. I'm just going to give it a little shake and swirl until we get it to drain down a little more. Yeah, 20 years later, we're still at it. Okay, you can start to see I'm getting close to the end and you can see the powder residue that's hanging on to the filter. That's the part that you definitely do not want to be in your mix. Okay, now we're all done. It's time to go ahead and mix the hibiscus tea and henna. And because I don't have enough of the hibiscus tea, you will see me add little bits of water into the mixture. You want to add a little water at a time. You don't want to put too much in all at once. The bulk of this process is mixing. And you just want to keep adding water until you get to the right consistency. Now we got it all mixed up. It kind of looks like cake batter. You will see a few lumps in there, but we are not going to stress those. But it is the right consistency. So we're going to go ahead and get it wrapped up. And it's prepared to sit for 8 hours. Now it has sat for 8 hours and you can see a little of the hibiscus has come back up to the top. We're not going to stress that because now we're about to mix in our other ingredients. I'm adding in menthe, which is also fenugreek. I'm adding in a teaspoon of that. And that's going to give it a little extra slip and make it easier for it to rinse it out. Now you can either add bromine oil or powder. I am using the oil today, which will also add in helping me rinse the mixture out a little easier. I'm not adding in everything I would normally add in because I'm not doing a cleansing or strengthening treatment. This is purely for color. So I added a tablespoon of the bromine oil, and now I'm adding a tablespoon of the mustard seed oil. Both are growth oils. Now I'm going to mix that together, and you will see the consistency change from that cake batter to a yogurt consistency. See how smooth and creamy that's looking now? That's what you're looking for. Yep, it's ready to go. This one kind of reminds you of chocolate icing. I'm just saying. Okay, so we're all done mixing. Make sure that you use gloves so that you don't stain your fingers. I hope this helps. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.